the purple vestments, the stripped altars, and the scent of incense in the air. As the Church enters the austere season of Lent, the rhythm of life within the Vatican subtly changes. The pace slows, and a journey inward begins again.
The work load then is reduced because this is a special time for prayer, and I presume the Pope has less audiences, less meetings with people, because this is a time specially given to God, which is a sign for everybody that we need in a very concrete way assign time for God.
At the heart of this sacred season stands the Lenten spiritual exercises of the Pope, days set apart not for governance or diplomacy, but for listening and praying.
So parishes often arrange a retreat during Lent, and they invite the faithful to attend conferences which somehow put them on the right track. And so the same thing happens here in the Vatican, that the Holy Father invites a preacher to preach to the members of the Roman Curia who are invited to listen to these conferences.
This year, the first Lent for Pope Leo XIV as Pope, the spiritual retreat will take place again in the Apostolic Palace. Previously, Pope Francis, unlike the pontiffs who had preceded him, chose a place outside the Vatican for the Lenten exercises. His preference fell on the Casa Divin Maestro in Aricia, in the area of the Castelli Romani, a retreat house overlooking the papal summer residence at Castel Gandolfo. The choice of location was well aligned with the Jesuit tradition of making the spiritual exercises away from the place where one lives and works. Contrary to what many had assumed, the retreat will not be preached by the official preacher of the Papal Household, Father Roberto Pasolini.
The Holy Father may invite various people, depending on. And now this Lenten retreat will be preached by Bishop Erik Varden from Norway.
Illuminated by hidden glory, the Lenten itinerary is the theme chosen by the preacher for the spiritual exercises in the Vatican that will take place for a week from February the 22nd to the 27th. 51-year-old Bishop Erik Varden, Bishop of Trondheim, Norway since 2020, is a Cistercian monk of strict observance, also called a Trappist, known for his spiritual writing. Baptized Lutheran by non-practicing parents, he studied philosophy and theology at Cambridge before converting to Catholicism. After earning various theology degrees in Rome, he joined the Trappists in 2002 and became abbot of Mount St. Bernard in 2015. His deep devotion to St. Bernard now shapes the spiritual exercises he will offer the Pope. Bishop Varden, known for his focus on interior life, draws upon the sayings of the Desert Fathers to help believers navigate a desert of distractions through silence, prayer, and humility.
I'd read about the Desert Fathers, and I'd read a short collection of sayings before I joined the monastery. But it was when I was in the novitiate that I realized just how important this body of literature is. These sayings, almost always dialogues, a young monk coming to an older monk, having a problem, having a query, a quandary, and asking, Father, how can I live with this? What can I do about this? And I found the answers to be so penetrating and so true and so timeless, and often disconcertingly addressing precisely what was going on in my own heart, that I found them tremendously helpful. I still find them helpful, and I think they'll be helpful to others. Welcome to the Desert Fathers in a year.
Bishop Varden is currently spearheading a very special initiative entitled Desert Fathers in a Year, in collaboration with EWTN and Exodus 90, to apply early Christian monastic wisdom to modern life that he views as a desert requiring the same spiritual discipline. Meditations prepared by Bishop Varden for the Holy Father and the members of the Curia will incorporate monastic traditions, featuring twice daily reflections, Eucharistic adoration, and the Liturgy of the Hours. The first conference is scheduled for Sunday, February the 22nd at 5 p.m. Thereafter, each morning will begin at 9 a.m. with the Liturgy of the Hours and another meditation following at 5 p.m. The final session will be on Friday, February the 27th, concluding with afternoon Eucharistic adoration.